Well, I'm not sure if we've met before, but my name's Amy, and I'm actually a music teacher that usually teaches in a closet, but for Vlogmas, I've been getting out of the teaching closet, and you'll see that I have some little friends following me. We hatch these chickens here on our property, which means they also think that humans are their mothers. So anyways, they're going for a little walk behind me. So I had a lot to think about today because I was supporting one of my guys through an appointment for a blood draw, and it didn't go well as to what we'd hoped to do, but there was a lot to celebrate, and it really applies to music making too in my ideas of music making. So essentially we went and it didn't happen, but there was some really big wins with it today. For one, we got there. Another one, we connected. We found some safe spaces. We found people who were willing to be slow and supportive. And I love that. And when we left, after a long wait, and it was no, I thought that was still success. And I really think too, when we're teaching students in the old way, there was lots of compliance and lots of needing to push. And I've really seen how a more slow approach can be beneficial for future. So hear me out here. I'm wandering around and these chickens are following me through the yard. It's kind of comical, but I have this little moment of calm to chat with you. So in the past, you know, you plan a recital, a student's really prepared, and you think you're ready, you've got this. And they're in the audience, and sometimes maybe there's space for a little nudge, but other times we don't know what's going on with that student. We don't know how their day is gone, how their body feels, if they feel ready. And they might just shake their head in the audience and say, today's not the day. And I've started to create a really safe spaces around that, and always tell my students, I'll prepare you to the best of my ability for success, but success can also mean that you say, no, I'm not ready, or my piece is ready, but I'm not mentally and emotionally ready to take on the adrenaline or the effort that this is going to take today. And that's also successful. I feel like as grown-ups, there's a lot of times that we do have to do things, but there's also a lot of value and benefit to learning to say no. And so I really respect a lot of the families that I work with. My guys are joining me here. Respect a lot of families. Oh, thanks. I'll be right back. Okay, my guys just came running after me to show me a little something they had made. So anyways, I was just saying that I appreciate parents for extending trust and the ability to work solely with students to their comfort zone. So that's a huge thing for me, and I feel like that slow go with students brings value over time. And I always say that I'm super proud of them if they come to an event and they're just not ready to play, but they enjoy creating together, they enjoy listening. That's all part of incredible value. And so this is a big thank you to my parents that let me teach with gifting autonomy to students. So anyways, I call it gifting autonomy when we listen carefully to students, we assess their comfort level, no matter what it is, and we stay curious. And to me, that starts right at the beginning. So it might be, you know, something like a reluctance to use a certain finger, and that comes up all the time in groups, or a reluctance to sit a certain way, or, you know, so there's all these things that might come about, and you might think, oh, that's kind of silly. But I think it's a huge part of just mindful music education and living life alongside students in a slower way to make sure we're assessing comfort along the way. So I have lots more thoughts around this, but I hope that was a relaxed vlog. It's getting close to evening here, and thanks to my brother-in-law, there was no chores for me today because it had a day with a lot more little things to do today. So thanks for joining me.